I've often said that for sale by owners are the easiest listing in real estate. The reason is most of them want to try to sell it on their own. They think they can, but most of them eventually do list. And we just really need to be there when they've changed their mind and decided to list. This first call is one of those. It wasn't complicated. The people were ready to go. The owner doesn't even live in the property. They tried to sell it for 2 months. They've dropped the price, and he came right out and said, I'm ready to start setting up interviews, and I'm going to hire an agent. So go ahead and take a listen.
One of the things that Vicki was very curious about, she thought it was a gorgeous spot, and really was just wondering why you were trying to sell.
Well, I inherited that house. My mom lived in it and passed away on June 1st.
Sorry.
I'm cleaned it up, invested some, getting it ready for sale, and I don't live in that area. I live down in South Florida. So.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
Well, I'll be candid with you. Ideally, Vicki was hoping to actually see the property in person and have a conversation with you. But
I can make it available. I have a lockbox on the house, and I can give her the code, and she can take a look, walk through it, and then just give me a call, or while she's there, call me up or something like that.
Yeah, what I was going to say, knowing now that you're down in Florida, is I could just have Vicki give you a call, maybe towards the end of the week, and then you guys could take care of all that as far as the code is concerned, and what might be okay for her to go. Have you been selling since June, or?
No. It's been on the market about 2 months, and had a lot of interest. I'm not sure. We just that price. We dropped it $5,000, and might be still a little bit at the right price range. We've had a lot of interested people. No one's given us a decent offer yet, so we're still looking at it. I am getting close to possibly going into agreement with a full scale realtor and not doing it for sale by owner again. So that's where I'm at right now. Yep.
Let me ask you this. I mean, if Vicki doesn't feel like she might have a buyer for you now, but you like what she has to say and you think her numbers make sense, would you keep an open mind and possibly listing it with her?
Yeah, and at this point, I've asked a couple of realtors to give me a CMA on it and make me a proposal and compare that and see where I go from here.
So Vicki went ahead and took that listing. It was just a perfect opportunity to be there at the right time. Wasn't a complicated process at all. This next call is another situation that was just a matter of the great questions and the right time coming together. Just a normal seller. These are the kinds of sellers we work with. Just kind of ask yourself, do I think I could work with a seller like this? Go ahead and listen.
I mean, do you guys have something else to move into once it sells?
Well, we're just looking at our options right now, and our housing needs have changed, and so we're just looking at probably downsizing.
Getting something smaller.
But
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
same area?
Possibly.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, he wanted to sort of kind of come out and look at it. I mean, to basically find out if he can actually get the $314,900 for it. I mean, if that's what you guys are looking to get. And then second, he'd be looking to see if he can match it up with one of our potential buyers that we have.
By all means. Yeah, you're more than welcome to come out and take a look at it.
What's a good time, possibly maybe within the next 2 days or so? I mean, would a weekend work better for you, or would a weekday?
Actually, I'm pretty free, so I'm available about any time.
Now, in this next audio clip, I want to go ahead and have you see how we can pre-sell you. Again, if I could find a way to take the listings for you, I would. But the closest we can come to that is actually really talking about you, building you up, trying to get the seller to be excited about the meeting that we've set up with them and how, they're the beneficiary of all your experience or your track record. It could be your company or your marketing plan. In this particular case, we are actually working with one of our top producing clients that has a team of specialists and a great track record to promote. And you can go ahead and take a listen and hear how we promoted them.
They are a husband and wife team, and I want to mention that they have a buyer specialist team of 6 agents. So when they list and sell properties, they're helping more homeowners get into that new property and the perfect one than literally any other agents in this market. They're just phenomenal. They're experts. They sell, really, Chet and Beth, man, they sell over 250 homes a year. It's definitely not on accident. They'll literally sell more homes in a few weeks than most agents sell in an entire year working full time. Do you mind if I ask why you decided to try to sell it on your own versus listing it again?
Okay, in this next clip, our prospector used the great rapport she had developed with the seller and the track record of our partner to go ahead and start trying to close for an appointment. The seller was leaving the country, wanted to set an appointment when he got back. She was persistent and was able to set an appointment before he left, and our partner went ahead and took this listing as well. Have a listen.
Okay. Well, again, the reason I'm calling is he just really thought it looked like a nice home. I'm not really sure where he saw it. He didn't tell me that. But he sold 46 homes last year, and he's on pace to sell 69 this year. And we've got buyers that are looking. And, Roni, I don't want to say that he'd bring a buyer. He definitely wanted to see it first. Would that be something that you'd be interested in showing him? And, and if you like what he has to say and you can't get it sold in a certain amount of time and he thinks he can get that $715 for you, would you, consider possibly listing with him if it got to that point?
If he wants to see the house, sure, why not? I'll let him see the house. The house is in immaculate state, so yeah. Sure, he can come and see the house. Not in the next 2-3 weeks, since I'm going to be out of the country.
You are? Okay.
But after that, after that, I'm here, and not a problem.
Okay, well, when will you be back? And we'll set it up tentatively for then, and then he'll definitely call to make sure that still works for you. But what will be a good, when will you be back, and we'll set it up for that?
Probably the first week of, after the first week of November, I'll be back. I'm not leaving now immediately, but I want to have time. I'm going the second week of October until the second week of November.
Oh, okay. So where are you going, if you don't mind my asking? I always get those.
Yeah, I'm going on a Europe tour. I have some work to do in Europe, and I'm going to take a camper trip in Europe also.
Oh, good for you. Oh, my gosh, that's really awesome. Well, let me ask you this. It'll only take about, 15 minutes to a half hour of your time. Could we maybe set something up before you go just so he can see it, and then you can, decide then while you're on your trip if you like what he has to say and you haven't sold it? Would that be something?
Sure. Okay, me too. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I appreciate that. When will be good? Do you want to do it like Saturday, or you tell me what's good for you, and we'll set it up like that.
No, not this week. Next weekend, Saturday will be fine.
Okay, so it'll be a week from this Saturday, which would be the 12th of October.
Yeah.
So Saturday.
Just before I leave, yes.
Yeah, 10, 12.
Well, our partners went ahead and listed that property too. this wasn't meant to be impressive. It wasn't meant to demonstrate the skill sets of our prospectors. We have set 25,000 listing presentations over the course of the last 5.5 years. 70 to 80% of those people have listed with real estate agents, and millions of dollars of commissions represent that. A lot of those real estate agents were our partners. But it really isn't a complicated process. These are normal sellers with normal needs, normal questions, normal fears, normal objections. And if you're comfortable that you can take a listing, now that you've heard a sample of the types of conversations we're having, you'll have a good visual of the fact that we'll set up the appointment with people like these, and you'll go ahead and meet them, take the time to answer their questions, get them listed, and get them sold.